Japan is known for safety, order, and some of the lowest crime rates in the world. But on June 8, 2008, in the middle of Tokyo's most electric and colorful district, something unthinkable happened.
Police in Tokyo say at least 7 people are dead and 10 are injured following a stabbing rampage in a popular electronics district. Police say a man rammed a truck into a crowd of shoppers. They say he jumped out of the rented truck, began stabbing people that he'd knocked down, then turned his attention to the horrified bystanders.
Before we get into the tragedy, let's set the scene. Akihabara, also known as Electric Town, is one of Tokyo's busiest hubs. Every Sunday, the streets closed to cars, turning the area into a giant pedestrian zone. Cosplayers, tourists, gamers, families, everyone walked freely in the open streets. It was supposed to be a normal, peaceful Sunday. But at around 12:30 p.m., everything changed. A rented Isuzu elf truck turned into the pedestrian zone, and it wasn't slowing down. Witnesses later said the truck was accelerating. People only had seconds to react. The truck plowed through the crowd, hitting multiple pedestrians before finally crashing into a street corner. The impact alone injured several people, but the horror didn't stop there. Because the driver stepped out of the truck, holding a knife. Right after the crash, confusion turned into panic. The man who stepped out was Tomohiro Kato, 25 years old. He didn't shout. He didn't hesitate. He just started stabbing the nearest people he could reach. Eyewitnesses described chaos. People screaming, running, hiding behind vending machines. Some tried to help the victims. Others froze, unable to process what was happening. Kato moved fast, stabbing at random. Within 90 seconds, more than a dozen people had been attacked. The entire assault, truck and knife, lasted less than 2 minutes. A nearby police officer heard the screaming and rushed toward the scene. When Kato saw him, he suddenly stopped. He dropped the knife and surrendered. He reportedly said, "I came here to kill people, anyone." No resistance, no attempt to escape, just calm surrender after unimaginable violence. So, after the attack, police searched the truck, and what they found made everything even more chilling. Inside were multiple knives, gloves, and tools. He came fully prepared. Then investigators discovered something else. Kato had been posting online messages hours before the attack, describing his plans. On a message board he wrote, "I will kill people in Akihabara." He posted similar warnings the night before, and even while driving toward Tokyo. But at the time, internet monitoring was limited. No one saw the warnings in time. So, who was he? Tomohiro Kato was born in 1982, grew up in Aomori, and worked as a temporary factory employee. People described him as isolated, lonely, and frustrated. He often felt ignored, rejected, angry at society. Investigators later concluded he felt he had nothing left to lose. A small incident at work, feeling that co-workers were ignoring him, became the final trigger. This wasn't an impulsive act. It was planned, and that's what terrified the nation. 7 innocent lives were lost that day. 10 more were injured. They were tourists, students, workers, people simply enjoying a Sunday afternoon in Tokyo. Memorials formed at the site for weeks. People placed flowers, candles, and messages. Akihabara, normally loud and energetic, fell silent. Japan's reaction to the massacre forced rapid nationwide changes. The long-running Pedestrian Paradise Sunday Street closure was halted for years. Double-edged knives became more regulated. Carrying certain blades was restricted. Authorities improved the ability to track threats posted online. The entire country vowed to prevent anything like this from ever happening again. And the legal outcome? In 2011, Kato went on trial and admitted everything. He expressed remorse, but the court ruled that the brutality of the attack left no room for leniency. He was found guilty of murder and attempted murder and received the death penalty. In 2022, the sentence was carried out. Today, Akihabara is bright and busy again, but the memory of that day remains. If you walk down the same street, you'll find a small memorial tucked away on the corner. People still stop, they still remember. The Akihabara Massacre changed Japanese policy, public safety, and the nation's understanding of modern violence. And even more than a decade later, the impact is still felt.